Brother Sports Podcast presented by RainbowOnSports.com. It is Wednesday, September 25th. We are coming at you guys for NFL Week 4, College Football Week 5. We've got the crew back as always, Max and Sean, both wearing a little black and yellow. I've got some green and yellow, so get to that here in just a couple minutes. Max with his Caitlin Clark jersey. Sean's got a Steelers, so excited to talk ball with you guys as always. We are coming off a pretty solid weekend overall. Definitely some room for improvement, but it's week 4/5, and we got a lot of work to do. So we got the time to do it as well. So, fellas, how are we doing on this fine Tuesday night, Wednesday morning for you people?
Good, man. Yeah. Rough NFL. I had a pretty solid college football, but just wasn't working out for me on Sunday. But that's okay. We forget about it and keep pushing.
What's going on? I got to kick it into the Adam Gase hyperdrive, from that Dolphins team a few years ago. A little on one game under 500 NFL, 500 college, but it's early. Trying to figure out the trends, figuring out what teams to fade. Feel like I had a couple bad beats this week in college football, but it's all good. All good. Early.
Yeah, well, let's get into it. Let's go college football recap to start. Max, you nice little 3-0. So give us your little victory speech for the weekend and how we plan to tackle this upcoming weekend.
Yeah. I mean, everything just felt good. I was glad I was able to grab all of those. It just Tennessee. I mean, like I said, they were just going to beat the fuck out of them, and they looked very, very good. Um, Illinois, Nebraska went overtime, right? I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah,
So they
cleared before that, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you were good. Like,
that was just like a great game. Knew they would be going back and forth, and then Miami is Miami. Cam Ward, Heisman.
For real. Yep,
Yeah.
my Miami future is looking better. My Utah coupled with that. So we'll see there. Sean with a stellar, absolute dynamite pick. Could have done minus what, 35 and still would have covered on Indiana, but a couple overs that you got clipped on. Honestly, could have gone the other way. So
yeah, I don't want to get there's an LSU, UCLA, both they're right around the same area, 56 and 57 for the LSU, UCLA, and Georgia Tech and Louisville. In both, I don't know what happened there, especially in that LSU game. I had I think 34 total points through the first half.
yeah.
And then nothing in the second half there. Those two teams combined for just 17 points in the second half there. And same thing with Georgia Tech. That was 14 to 17 in the first half there. And then, I think only a total of 16 points in the second half. So I feel like, again, the scheme, the production, it was the right pick there. It's not the result we want, but if we keep doing that, we'll see results as the amount of times we play, whatever. The math keeps going here. Sample size gets bigger. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Well, and like you look at it, even with the second halves the way they were, yeah, we still ended up a touchdown off of each.
Mm-hmm.
One score.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I got 0 points from UCLA and only 5 points from Georgia Tech in the second half. A pick six or just something else there, and we hit in both of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then let's see. I was just very off on K-State. That was my third pick. But Mormons came out at night. They must have drank enough caffeine to get rowdy. But they beat the shit off of K-State. So excited to see how they respond in that Oak State game. I know one of us will have a pick there potentially. Not to foreshadow too much, but
Is one of us you?
maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, should be able to bounce back. But yeah, got the shit kicked out of them. Texas team total over 47.5 clipped. Was a little scary there for a little bit. Slow start, but Arch was able to get them going. And then Tulane, I think, won by 8. Not really a super doubt, but it was getting a little close to that -3 earlier in the first half, and then second half they kind of just were up by about 4 to 7 points at a time. So I wasn't too worried about that with another 2-1. So overall 6-3 from the fellas on college football picks. So we're gonna keep that momentum going. Give me each of you guys. We'll start with Max. One thing you learned, or maybe a takeaway from this weekend from college football, not related to your bets. Maybe biggest game or
West Virginia can actually pull off miracles. I don't know. I was at the festival, so I honestly didn't watch too much.
That's fair, and that's why you went 3-0.
Yeah, right.
That's how the betting world works.
Yeah, I was at a wedding as well, so like Max, didn't get my eyeballs on too many games there, but was trying to track that Tennessee game, and I think I just come away. They just met everything that I had expectations so far of them and more. I think it showed. They were just kind of like a Chattanooga merchant so far, playing a lot of just the little teams and winning by 60 and stuff. But that was impressive. Even if Oklahoma isn't that great of a team this year, that was impressive to go there, win a little bit more of a rock fight. I think Miami, but like it was just there are a couple teams that just Ohio State looks like they have with Quishon Judkins. I mean, they got such a good offense there. I think just a couple. It's again we talked a little bit like last week the different tiers and like I think like if you're like 1 through 5, that just you're like 2 touchdowns better than like 14 to 20 right now in terms of like teams in those tiers and rankings.
Fair.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be honest, I feel like I'm just kind of looking at the scoreboard to your point. I mean, a couple upsets, but I mean, Michigan took care of business. I think USC at 11 was a little bit not fraudulent, but maybe a little bit higher. And I think Michigan is I think you could probably flip the rankings and at Michigan being at 11, USC at 18, probably a little bit more reasonable. I don't know fully about Michigan yet. Their defense we know is nasty. But USC's, I don't know. That one, good showing and good on Michigan to score with, win that game with 32 passing yards. But I feel like the biggest takeaway I had was Utah. With Isaac, was it Isaac or is it Isaac or Isaiah? I have Wilson. I knew it was one of the two, but it's Zach Wilson's brother for Utah getting the start against Oak State and winning that game. So I mean, Utah still looking solid. I think with the rising info, people were a little worried about it. Took care of business there. So Utah on the lookout as well.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Oh, what? Wait, hold on. Hold the fucking phone. We're not gonna talk. Well, I don't know how I just am waiting until just now. But
yeah,
the JMU fucking
dude. Yeah, just because you dropped 70 in Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
Yep. So beat the shit out of UNC with an absolute just fucking bomb of a first half, 53-21 in the first half. Nice little win. Overall, really big for JMU, the program as a whole. I don't know how many turnovers that first half. It was like I go to pee during commercial break and there was an interception when I got back. Like that's how fast that first half went. I was like, what the heck's going on? Alonzo Barnett, third, son of a shit. Now I'm trying to think. I think it was an FCA. He was a Hall of Fame corner, and I think he was from Alcorn State or something. But dad was an all-pro. He's turning out to look pretty decent. 388, 5 touchdowns with 99 rushing yards and 2 more touchdowns. So he looked like an absolute stud. A lot of people thought Dylan Morris was the Washington transfer who was behind Penix last year was going to be the guy, not end up being the guy. And Barnett's just kind of had his way so far. And looking forward to seeing what JMU does the rest of the season. I'm not sitting here group of 5 just yet. Got to take care of the Sun Belt. But I think with App State kind of falling off the grid a smidge, kind of slipping up there, that's going to be a tough one. And then, you've got your typical Coastal. Marshall looks really good too, and Georgia Southern. So, I don't know. Something to think about. Maybe we'll be looking at that 12 spot in the playoff. But, yeah, shout out to Dukes.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out the Dukes.
Yeah, that was wild. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, we were getting ready for an engagement party, but yeah, it was pretty dope. I had my JMU polo on, made sure I wore that, so that was nice. But yeah, lot of good college football this past weekend. A lot of good college football coming up here. Um, is there any other takeaway? Anything else you guys want to note for the past weekend, or do we want to just start getting into some college football picks? Because we got a good slate.
Pitt's a wagon, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
They might fuck around and make college football
Fuck
proud.
off. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Absolute wagon.
Got lucky. Yeah.
Okay. Well, shit. Let's get into it then. A lot of good games. Looking at big ones. We got Georgia, Bama. A lot of good stuff here. So I'm sure we will get to it. Try to pull up the
We got
record.
Sam Texas team totals at 51. If you're feeling that.
Oh my God. I don't know. That's maybe. What's an extra couple points?
And Mississippi State, I believe, is starting their quarterback got injured last week, so who knows who they got playing.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, shit. Well, looking at this, we got Max as the current season leader and also with a 3-0 weekend. So Max, pick the order and let's get it rolling.
Let's go. Sean, Sam, me.
Alrighty.
All right. Perfect. All right, I will start it out. I didn't want to hop in too much onto Sam's kind of conversation earlier because I know I would be talking about it again. Give me JMU Ball State over 57.5. All JMU is doing is just laying the wood, just absolutely going up and down the field on teams. And also, like Ball State has, all their games, I think, have, gone like well over 60 total points here in their first three. I know, for kind of a Virginia-based show here, it's not the most ideal bet to give out, but we all know ways that we can get this bet in, whether it's friends or different sites, whatever the case is. But I will be hammering over 57.5. There's probably no such thing as an alt line for this type of game, but if there is, I might take over like 62.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Why
Fuck
not?
yeah.
Why not? Why not? I like that a lot. I'm also gonna hit an over. It is a little bit based on how last week went. But at the same time, I really think I don't know. It seems too low for me. I think one of the teams could just cover it on their own. It's the Ohio State, Michigan State over 49. I think that one that could be a blowout. I think even if it's not a blowout, I think Ohio State's consistently put up enough points to make me think that over 49 should have no issue there. I'm just double checking that is the line I had. Yeah. Oh, now it's down to 48. So I don't know if that's a Sharpie move, but I'm still, you know what? I'll take the 48 because it's there now in front of me. I don't know. I think honestly, I think Ohio State could put up 48 on their own. Michigan State is not typically so far this year an over team, but I think that Ohio State should be able to put up points. They put up 49-14 on Marshall. So I don't know. It's just one of those that I'm kind of confused. There's probably something that I haven't really read into it, but I'll look into that. But yeah, give me Ohio State, Michigan State over 48.
Okay. Okay. It is not bad at all. I mean, dude, I had favorites. I'm gonna go. I mean, I get back to back, so it doesn't really matter. Give me Ole Miss minus 17.5 against Kentucky at Ole Miss. Kentucky got rolled over by South Carolina. I think Ole Miss will just stomp them as well.
I love that one. I had that written down as well. I mean, what time's that? That's a noon game too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, don't let those kids in Oxford have an excuse to get up at 5:30 in the morning to drink.
Yeah.
It will be rowdy. Yeah, I love that. I love that for my Jackson Dart over too.
Hell yeah. No, it'll be going nuts. And then I'll go USC minus 16 against Wisconsin at USC. Wisconsin, I mean, we saw them get absolutely fucking pooped on by Bama. I think USC's still pretty solid. I know Michigan just beat them, but I think this is kind of, hey, fuck you guys. Like, after all game was talking, they're like, welcome to the Big Ten. Like Portnoy was out there, like saying welcome to the Big Ten and shit. So I think they're just gonna be like, fuck you, like Wisconsin, you will. They're not a bad team, but this is a little just revenge game kind of thing against the old Big Ten versus the new.
I don't hate that. I mean, dude, I'm looking at it right now. USC is plus 200 to make the playoff right now. I mean, Ole Miss is minus 300, so that's not super great, but
Yeah, I liked all this to begin with. I should have done it.
yeah, Missouri still, we talked about that one, plus 125. They love playing close ass games though, so I don't know if that's going to help their cause.
Yeah. They were plus what, 170?
Yeah, I think plus 170 down, plus 120. Miami would have been a good one to pick because they were probably in the pluses, but yeah, Ole Miss. I like that. I'm trying to look at Ole Miss's schedule here and pull that up real quick just because I'm a little intrigued to see which SEC matchups they have. Let me see. Because I mean, they could now that they got the top two records. If they don't have a super, I mean, I'm sure they have like Georgia or something. All right, so they got. I mean, they got Georgia at the end of the season, but they actually don't have a bad shakeout. They got Kentucky, South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma, all winnable games. You've got Arkansas, Georgia, Florida, Miss State. So, I mean, a drop to Georgia, they should take care of every other game.
Yeah, true.
And then USC is looking good too. I mean, I don't know what their shakedown is when we're talking. Why is that pulling up? There you go. Yeah. So no, I like both picks a lot. Sean, just to recap, I know you had to bounce out real quick. Max went with USC minus 16 and then Ole Miss minus 17 and a half. Care to comment?
Who's Ole Miss playing again this week?
Kentucky.
Okay.
And Oxford. Noon game.
Yeah, I think Jackson Dart's essentially like the highest rated quarterback so far this year. Not saying like he's been the best quarterback, but like statistically.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Bantrax, he's balling. So, and then I don't know if and when you cut out on. I had Ohio State, Michigan State over 48.
Gotcha. I got the Google sheet up here. So,
boom! Look at you! Look at you! All right. Well, we're gonna swing back around.
Yep.
I am gonna go with one. I think that honestly, I don't really know how, but it just seems like too many points. So I think I have to take it out of fear that one of you guys might on this swing around. Illinois, yeah, they just beat Nebraska on Friday in an overtime game. Nebraska's a solid little team. I think this is when potentially we start looking at Penn State wondering, all right, like, are they really for real? Still not sure that I really think that they're for real. I think this is a good test. I think it's going to be an ugly game. So, as this is always something we do each podcast, this is a numbers play. 18 points in a game I don't think is going to be any higher scoring than 51. I don't see Illinois being that much behind. I think it'll be close for a little bit. I think Penn State will probably pull away towards the end. I could see it being right at 17, to be honest. I don't see it going any more than 17, so that's why I got to hit that on round 2.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yep. They play ugly football. It's good for 18 colors.
All right. Can I hit you with a similar play?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Same thing. Numbers here. I got a total at 46 and a spread at 12. So go ahead and give me the hungry dog. I'm gonna take Akron plus 12 against Ohio. Throw out the non-conference for all these two teams because all they do is play like the Ohio States and Michigans of the world and get their ass kicked 49-7. Once we get down into action here, ain't nobody winning by 2 touchdowns. Give me Akron plus 12 here.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's see as well. I think they're also. Let me just. I want to get this wrong here. I think they're a good covering team. That's right. That's right. Go ahead. Oh no, it's me again, right? Back
Yes.
on the. Okay.
Eastern York.
Okay. Ooh, I got 3 that I love here. But I don't know where exactly how I want to take this. Give me BYU plus 3 against Baylor. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That line just seems off, which
Yeah.
probably means Baylor will win, but
I was thinking about going Baylor minus 3.5. I wasn't that one. Yeah, I think it was like more of a fuck Utah, fuck BYU, not Utah, but BYU. But yeah, I don't hate that at all.
you're just gonna get emotional because the Kansas State play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just wanted to really overreact to that. But yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. Okay, I like that a lot. Damn, I'm almost tempted to just say fuck it. But I won't. I'm gonna do Clemson, another team total over. I'm gonna do Clemson over 38.5 against NC State. Minus 125 last time I checked. They're on a roll offensively, and I believe it's NC State they're playing, if I'm correct.
Nope. It is.
Oh, Stanford. Sorry.
Yeah.
Stanford. Okay. Doesn't really change much of my opinion. Stanford's not a bad little squad, but they were playing. Who did they play last week? They played Syracuse in a 26-24 game.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't. Clemson put up 59 against NC State, 66 against App State. I think they're just on a pissed off tour right now. They're at home, 7 o'clock game, so place should be rowdy. I think they'll be able to put up enough points. And I think Stanford's going to be able to put up like 14-17, which is going to cause Clemson to keep their guys in for most of the game. So I don't think it's one of those like run up the score, sit your players, and you kind of coast. So give me that.
Oh yeah. All right. Final pick. I'm gonna go Oak State plus 4.5.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
I think. I mean, it is in the little apple, but I think maybe K-State comes off a little like we're not who we think we are, and maybe even come out a little worse. And Oak State's a very solid team, so I think this will be a good ass game. But I think Oak State can easily cover a game-winning field goal for K-State. So I like that 4.5 a lot.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I was tempted to do that. I'm probably gonna play that. I just fuck Kansas State.
Well, exactly. That's why you would play it.
Exactly. Yeah, I just like
And then they're gonna punk. Actually, don't play it because then they're gonna be like, "Yeah, fuck you, Sam." And then,
yeah. And then BYU is gonna cover 3 on top of that.
yeah,
Just to spite me. That's okay. Yeah, I like the other. That was Oak State was right up there as well. I like the board a lot. Any honorable mentions or maybe like ones that you'll probably be playing that maybe is not a part of the top three, or just games I missed or we missed that we hadn't talked about, like Georgia, Alabama.
What do we get your thoughts, Sam?
Yeah,
I'm scared of that game.
I think if anything, I'm gonna play Georgia. I just feel like they're gonna be better prepared for a game like that. I think
That's
Miller's solid. I think Miller's gonna play is not soft. Ryan Williams is gonna play is not soft. I don't know. I feel like Georgia's been taking care of business pretty solid other than that Kentucky game, and I think that was enough to scare them into not fucking around anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Not financial advice, but I feel like I'll wait to play that game to see how I did in the earlier window.
Yeah, I think that's
If
totally
I got some profit, yeah, I might, we'll see. But if I didn't do well, then I'm definitely staying away from that game and just enjoying it as a fan.
Yep. Maybe an
Agreed.
over just for shits.
Yeah. Not trying to, step on any tails here. Louisville +6 feels historically in this game. They're playing Notre Dame. Is unaware, but that could be something.
Yep.
It could be nothing. It could be the bad bet. I'm not playing it. I'm just kind of putting it out there to see what you guys say.
Yeah, I can't do anything with that. I maybe what was the over under like 44?
It was pretty low, yeah.
I could see potentially going over, but I also could see it being just an absolute slugfest. I don't know. It's right where I don't want it to be. I think like 4.5, I'd be tempted to take it, obviously, because it's Vegas. But yeah, if you play Louisville +6 or anything,
It's also because that gives Louisville so many ways to cover that spread. Like,
yeah,
it could have been like say like the Commanders Bengals game last night, like where just kind of like a cheapy touchdown because you really don't, you're up 2 scores and know that they would have to score twice in a bunch of seconds, and that could end up, getting a cover for a team like Louisville, the team coming back there.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's absolutely fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one I will be anxiously watching, and maybe if they get down, like if Notre Dame gets down early live, I might like if they go down 6 or something and the line starts to move a little bit better Notre Dame, I might just hit a live bet.
Okay.
That's what I did with Green Bay. But then they scored and then went from I was trying to hit it before and it went from +3.5 to like -1.5 like that. So you gotta be careful with it sometimes.
Yeah.
Let's see. I kind of like Kansas money line. I had who are they playing? I had it written down. What the fuck? I'm sorry, my shit's loading. Do you guys have who Kansas is playing? TCU. Got it. I like Kansas over TCU. I think had a tough loss to West Virginia. I think they could bounce back at home. Daniels, Neal, the whole shebang. Let's see. Ooh, another one I like to obviously wrote him last week, Tulane -6. I don't think that's a bad one either. And then the other one is
This South Florida team, all they do is play really good competition. Alabama, Miami, Tulane. When are they going to get a break?
I mean, it probably will be a close game, but I don't know. They'll probably be pissed about the Miami game, but I could see them doing all right. And then the other one, I was kind of we didn't touch this game, but it's a sneaky late night game. I wanted to get y'all's thoughts. Washington State is +7.5.
Oh, so I got to play on that.
Go ahead.
Boise State team total over 37.5.
Ooh. That's a lot of points. 64.5 is the over under. That's insane.
Yeah. It's I'm not saying that they have to win. And they've lost a high scoring game against Oregon, but they've hit the over in every single one of their games Boise State. I don't know if Washington State's going to play ball in that, but Washington State did also give up. It was in double overtime, but still, I think 52 points to San Jose State last week, and they look like they're going to be in shootouts there. I like that Boise State running back. I kind of like that. I like Boise State kind of getting to 38.
That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
I'll give you just my only other one kind of that I know I'll play here is Arkansas +4 against Texas A&M. That is whoever you tell me is the favorite. I'm just going to bet the dog on that.
Yeah, it's just like
it's that's just going to be a letdown between two programs that wish they were a tier higher.
Yep.
Yeah. I just like it. Just gives the underdog a bit more, this week a little bit more of an edge.
Yep. No, I like that a lot. I'm also tempted. I'm looking at the Oregon team total over 38.5 as well, about the same odds as the Clemson one against UCLA. That way we don't touch the over 55.5. But like you said, Sean, that Washington State, Boise State, Arizona, Utah, and Oregon, UCLA will be a bet if I have some profit and if my big bass is still up.
Yeah, sure. For sure.
We'll see about those. But yeah, overall, really good slate. We're getting into just like constant conference football. There's one other game I'll say just because someone in this group went to school there. It's an earlier game. It's on Friday. Sean, -19 for Miami, hosting the Virginia Tech Hokies on ESPN. Any advice from an insider?
Do you about this? And I'm not serious. Do you remember what my answer was to you last week when you had said, do you want to give any sort of insight on this Virginia Tech team?
Yeah, so it's the same. Yeah.
No. I said I'm not going to give any insight. I said I'll talk to you next week about it.
Okay. Well, then go ahead.
No, they're fucking. The more things change, the more they stay the same, man. 19's a lot of points, but I'm sure when we are on this podcast next week, it'll be Miami 40, Virginia Tech 20. And I'm not telling you to bet the game, I'm not telling you not to bet the game, but it's not going to be close. It's not. I don't know. It feels like Kyron Jones has regressed. Tootin, the running back, he's the only good spot on the team there. They at least did try to mount a comeback against Rutgers, but they're just not a good football team right now. It's a bummer.
Okay. I like that first half spread. I wish we could do some team total over under might not be a bad look, but
Virginia Tech, just the game. They're 4 games. The over is hitting 3 of them. So some food for thought there.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. I like it. Any other college football or little NFL recap? We want to talk some winners. Talk this past week and then get into some NFL picks.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet, and then that way I don't hijack the recap part. So I'm just going to go. I'm just going to start talking about these guys, Green Bay Packers. Honestly, we talked a little bit about it. I was a little nervous. I think everyone could listen to week 1 Eagles and week 2, who did they beat? Colts. Colts, yeah. Pre-Colts and pre-Titans, definitely more confident on the pre-Titans game. Defense really showed out. Run game still performed. Malik Willis not only played about the same level, if not better, was able to throw, got a little more comfortable, saw some longer throws from him, not just 1 or 2. He threw 4 or 5. He threw 2 in the first drive. Green Bay's offensive line, now that we got money that isn't spent on David Bakhtiari, we can spend it elsewhere on defense, shore up the depth on the offensive line, draft a couple guys, move some dudes around. I think it's definitely a good setup. Rasheed Walker is going to be our penalty. It's going to be our cute little penalty lineman. It's going to be number 63 more often than not when you hear these false starts, any of that shit. So it's going to be Rasheed Walker. He's got something to learn. But overall, pretty solid performance. We have played so far Jalen Hurts. We lost that game. But then we have Richardson and Will Levis, who are very turnover prone. So yes, our defense looked good. But at the same time, we still let up 34 points to the Eagles. Not the best QB performances that we've seen on the opponent's side. Yeah, some given to Jeff Hapley. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love the guy. I've been texting y'all in group chats and Xavier McKinney, how most improved defense, and McKinney might be the difference maker for a Super Bowl, and he might be defensive player of the year if it's not some crazy TJ Watt, because we'll get to him in a second. But he's really this dude right now for the Green Bay defense. Jair gets a pick six, his first one. So overall, really impressed with Green Bay. Not only did I say that if we lost a couple games and started off 0-4, we should just sit the whole season. I was like, let's just bench Love. I'm looking at this season completely differently now. So I'd say pretty much 180. Able to go 2-1 without or 2-0 right now. He might be playing this weekend against the Vikings. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'd say if he's good to go 100%, let's get him in. If there's any doubt, start with Malik Willis. Might have to eat this as an L, but it is in conference and division as well. And it's the Vikings, and they're hot right now at 3-0. So lot to be nervous about this weekend. We'll get into the picks and odds and stuff. But yeah, overall super pumped about the game. Defense looked good. It's just good. It's just my I don't know. Love, if Love gets healthy by week 6, we can start taking stride into the playoffs. Who fucking knows what can happen?
I'm happy for you, man.
Thank you.
It's I don't think, from that Friday night, the moment Love goes down to right here, we would have thought you'd be having this feeling right now. I mean, it just all things coming up pack right now. They're flying around, they're winning games. Love is all of a sudden going to be back. And if you don't, if you don't want to work it back in, you can keep, running the Malik Willis offense. He's crazy. He's got to be we're 3 weeks in, not even probably 20% of the season. But he's got to be kind of coach of the year up there, just from what he's done so far.
I love Matty LaFleur, man. I fucking love him. I love Athlete. I love the combo right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going
Speaking of coaches I love, just Mike Tomlin in this. Hey, I know you're feeling things over there. I'm feeling things over here. Max, close. Put your fingers in your ears for a second here. But just, man, each week I'm more and more, buying into impressed by Justin Fields. It's not what he's doing; it's what he's not doing. He's getting the ball out on time. He's going to the open guy. He's not really looking to run first. Maybe we even work that in more as he gets more comfortable here. But limiting. He only has 1 turnover this year. It was a relatively fluky kind of batted ball there. And it's a formula that's working right now. The defense is playing out of their mind, kind of like the Packers. Listen, and also that that Falcons team has been playing weather in other weeks, but shut them down. The Bo Nix again, they looked pretty good against the Bucs last week here. I understand Herbert goes out in the 3rd quarter, but those guys play football too, and they had -5 yards of offense in the second half. The Chargers did last week. Now this is absolutely kind of the, in college we call a trap game. They're going to the Colts, a team that, every possession on paper, I feel like we should be able to take advantage. And, DJ Watt, who's looked unreal, should have a good game there as well. And because they got the Cowboys at home the week after, can't have them. Don't take the rat poison, like Saban would say. Just get the fucking job done in Lucas Oil, and hopefully keep stacking up some dubs.
Yeah. No, the defense is, dude, TJ Watt, every time I'm looking at the TV, this fucker's on there. He's going.
Let me do a quick shout out, just because probably most people don't know who he is. Nick Herbig, who's the number 3 outside linebacker on the Steelers. I swear he would be the number 1 outside linebacker on 16 out of 32 NFL teams. He has, in his career, because he just, Alex Highsmith, who's been a great outside linebacker as well, leaves the game with injury. Herbig comes in and gets 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble on 26 plays. And like this isn't, last year he same thing, had like five sacks and very limited appearances there. So it's not, I want Highsmith to be gone. He's great. He's fantastic against the run. But if he's out a few games, I don't think the pressure and some of this relentless just defense. Cam Hayward has turned the clock back. It's like 2013. He looks as nimble and spry. This man is just fucking smashing centers out of the way right now. I go off on the whole thing. Joey Porter Jr. is coming up and making hits in the run.
I mean, dude, I feel like Hayward is he's like an old dog who just got a new puppy. He's got younger defense. He's like, oh shit. All right, I got a
For
little
the
more.
last 5 years, he hasn't played with like on a team that has an offense where it's the like positive EPA or whatever. Like not trying to get too all statistical in here, but essentially, it's been a bottom 25% offense that he's played with in the last 5 years. So I bet there's a little bit of not just him, rejuvenation of everyone on the defense that just, hey, they're probably not just going to go 3 and out. Like let's give it everything you got here.
Yeah.
I like it. The Steelers are rolling. Max, I mean, I'll let you do it, but Caleb Williams, I mean, overall, best stat line he's had all year. Had to throw a lot, but much better just from a passing performance from him. So, thoughts on the Bears? Tough loss, but yeah, just thoughts.
Nothing really. I mean, O-line's dog shit. I mean, I'll just say this is kind of to what I was saying before the draft. I mean, it's not just Justin Fields' fault. It's not just it's not just Caleb Williams' fault right now, dude. It's just we don't have an O-line. Like we don't have everything put together. We thought just getting weapons would help, and it isn't. Shane Waldick is just not making the right plays. He is calling some of the worst plays. I mean, how are you going to do a little like mountain screen on a 4th and goal on like the 2 yard line, and fucking Swift loses like 6 yards? Like it's just like terrible play calling. He loves his screens. This is like fucking Graham Harrell at West Virginia. Like it's just like kills me to watch this when you have a good looking offense and a lot of weapons and you're just pulling some bullshit plays. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Offensive line is actually like a huge problem. It's not solely on the play calls. It's not solely on Caleb. Keenan Allen is definitely being missed. If I'm going to be honest, I think getting that extra target is not helping. But yeah, it's kind of what I was anticipating, but I really didn't want to expect it. I had higher hopes, but I knew this is kind of how it would be. So we move on, and we'll see what they do in this week. See what we can get right.
Yeah, I mean, Rome.
Defense is amazing. I mean, that's why I didn't even comment on them, but they're amazing. They're fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, Rome played well. Cole Kmet, like
It did. I mean, Caleb looked.
It's not going to be
like
like this all year. It is a young team. The more games they play, like they might only win 5, 6 games, but I think it's going to look better as the year goes on. There's so many talented guys on that team. Like once it just gets to gel, they got to get comfortable, like you said, getting the right plays. I'm sure the offensive line will probably at least start playing a little bit better than dog shit at some point here as well. Once they get the run, I kind of like not to go back at like this Commanders game last night, but I feel like it's so like they're asking almost like Caleb to like run the offense of like a like Josh Allen, where it's like the quarterback just makes these like incredible like let's get some easy slants and shit like get 6 yards on first down. Get 6 yards on first down. Like that just makes it so now okay, then maybe get 3 yards on second down. Then cool. Like, all right, now there's so much in the arsenal they can do on 3rd and 1. Like I feel like you just keep getting yourself in like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 11, and then it's Caleb running for his life, throwing a pick, and then it's just Twitter going, having a field day there.
And you watched the Bills game, and James Cook has 4 catches for 48 yards. I mean, he dropped Cook in the first half, had 3 of those 4 catches. Like, he was kind of the security blanket. So not only do you not have that option, but also too, you don't have your real security blanket, and that's Keenan Allen, to your point, Max. But yeah, like, if you got to warm them up with 5 screens to DeAndre Swift and company and Roshan and these guys, like, that's what you got to do. I just feel like, yeah, even with the screen passes, the the rushing, like, yeah, they got to figure out the offense. I would not be surprised. Like, I'm sure Waldron probably has a short leash. Eberflus, like, I know he's running the defense, so I mean, I don't know. We got to get some kind of offensive mind in there, but 1-2, not a bad, we still got to win under the belt. No, close game with Indianapolis. So yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
be okay.
Close game with Texans too.
Yeah, exactly. So just need a couple luck aspects.
Let's get some luck. Let's get some luck on the Bears side.
Yeah. Well, it's early, so
I've seen that happen.
He did it the Hail Mary.
Also, the Jalen Johnson bet, I swear, was 1.5. It might have been 2.5, but he has 2 interceptions. So my pinky bet.
That was it. All it was for the season was just over 1.5 interceptions.
That's what I was saying. That's why I did it. I was like, that's literally possible.
Did you put actual money on it, or just the life of your pinky?
It's just my pinky.
That's fair.
It might have been 2.5.
Which is it's worth its weight in cash.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. Other games that you guys had, just kind of takeaways, any big reactions or anything that you guys want to hit on non R3 teams?
I mean, Vikings.
Yeah.
I mean, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Like, we'll be okay. It's JJ McCarthy. Like, they'll get 6 wins. No, they are 3-0 right now.
Their defense is
Arnold. Yeah. Very upset. Jay Jetta got 83 yards and 1 tutty, and I had him at 100. I thought he would just blow out, but close. And I guess Andy Dalton, can't not mention that turnaround for the Panthers, and ruining my, I guess is somewhat a segue, but just my absolutely terrible pick in the Vegas Panthers under. Yeah, Panthers offense looked unreal. Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket, did his thing. For sure.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know. The Chiefs are the most underwhelming 3-0, but that's exactly just how their regular season goes every single year. So not worried at all about them. The Browns offense is a disaster. I am taking gratitude. I'm loving what's going on with the Bengals right now. Honestly, my takeaway is just parity. It's why the NFL rules. Like, no one's better than you think. No one's worse than you think. Just like you talked Carolina. I mean, the second we annoy the Saints, they look like dog shit. Against the Eagles. The second we get, on the Eagles, like, although it wasn't pretty, that was a gutty win.
Yeah.
Cowboys somehow are 1-2 after, we were blowing smoke up their ass after the win in Cleveland week 1.
Yep.
And then you look at the Bills being dogs.
Right.
You got like 3-0 teams that are dogs, which is crazy.
Yeah. Flip the page this week here. We had some injury concerns, I think, for a few teams as well. I don't know what, I don't know if the Chargers are expecting Herbert to play.
Yeah, a lot of injuries. I'm interested to see
Packers, of course.
Yeah, that's going to be completely. I'm going to stay away from Packers stuff until probably Sunday at noon, if that. Might just stay away altogether. That's what happens when I don't bet on them mostly. Yeah. All right. Sweet. Sweet. I dig it. Shall we get into the picks?
We shall.
Yeah.
All right. Looking at the scoreboard, yeah, boy, 4-1 back-to-back weekends. Also 9-6 on the season after a 1-5 start. Talk about a little comeback here. So I'm going to be leading, which means I'm picking the order, and I'm going to go last. Let's see, looking at NFL. Let's see. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Max first, Sean middle, me last.
Shit. All right.
Yeah.
Mm,
Fine.
mm,
Hey, you think you know college football? All right, come over to
mm.
the NFL, man.
I don't know anything about NFL, apparently.
He just lives in Texas.
Apparently, I know nothing about the NFL.
Hey, we're
Uh,
still good.
I'm gonna go Jets -7.5 against the Broncos.
Oh,
I like it. I like it, honestly.
Seems a little too easy. That defense is gonna rip Bo apart.
mhm.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I didn't not gonna lie, I didn't get a lot of eyes on that Broncos Bucks game. I wonder if that's one you just kind of throw out at the end of the year as like, what again, like it's the NFL. This
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
No, I had that in my. That was honestly that probably was my that I was kind of grinning at that one. I was just like, "Ooh, that's my boy Aaron
You were
Rodgers."
just glazing Rodgers last week too.
Yeah, dude. And like just like, just like little bro, and he's just like, hey, like, Bo, I know you're like
Yeah.
40 years old, you're like my age, but you know, you want some ayahuasca, dude? Maybe
Yeah,
some.
this will change you. This is how you get MVP.
He's just getting all the young QBs just like fucked up on ayahuasca after. Uh, hey,
This
it's
one's a game,
well,
goddammit.
Still also I forgot, was it 2 years ago where Sean Payton was talking shit to Mo Salah?
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Low key, I do fuck around with Sean Payton too. Like he geeks me out, but
Really?
like I respect. It's like I respect the balls he calls. Like what was it, the onside in the Super Bowl? Like
Uh,
like
head hunting.
head hunting. Yeah, I mean that part's not smoking a bong with your kids. That's cool. There's
I'm,
enough evidence.
I'm
No,
trying to.
I do want to. I have a pen. I'm trying to point at you guys. You can't see the whole thing. There it is. There we go. I'm pointing at you guys. I do. Yeah, that one. No, but dude, there is. I honestly, the last couple Jets games, I have been wearing my Rogers Packers jersey. I think it's a sick, fucking demented relationship
Good.
I have with him. But dude, I love watching him play. I just missed watching him play. I didn't realize that not having him last year, how much I actually missed watching him play. Because that was the first time where I didn't get to, like, yeah, he's not on the Packers, but dude, that Patriots game, I was just like, this is vintage. Like, this is amazing. Like, I love watching it. I love him and Garrett Wilson. They're still trying to get their shit figured out. When they do, it's gonna be crazy because he's got his shit with Lazard.
We had Lazard, yeah.
He
Jinx.
Yeah. Brees Hall, Braylon Allen combo in the backfield. That's fucking terrifying. Braylon Allen is 20 years old. Like, it's insane. Like, the one thing is, what's his name? Olu Fashanu, their top 10 pick from Penn State. He's getting slotted in to start going forward. Interested to see how he pans out. But yeah, dude, to your point, Max, Jets defense just like sorry to derail your pick into like this whole thing, but no, the Jets defense was like I feel like that what game was it? Why can't I come up with the game? What were they? It was before the Patriots game.
What team?
I don't know.
No, maybe it was just week one when yeah, I think it was just
So
week
the
one.
Jets played the Titans week 2 and
Yeah,
the
so it was the
49ers
Niners.
week 1.
Yeah, so I feel like they've been slowly getting back to it on that defense. So yeah, Max, I fucking love that pick. I'll be playing that with you as well. Needless to say.
Yeah. Dude, I'm fucking buying you an Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey for Christmas. This is insane. You sound like a straight Jets fan right now. This is crazy. Yeah, this isn't. I'm gonna get you a Favre one and a
Is that
Rodgers one.
that's his
Just so you
AFC
can,
team?
yeah,
Oh,
just like all my good quarterbacks go to the Jets after, and then Jordan Love will be the next one. I'm just gonna.
oh my God.
This is insane.
I'm a
I can't
Steelers
believe you just
fan.
went on like a 10-minute rant about the Jets. This is wild.
Yeah, I do, dude, but I do love watching him play, man. I do. I miss him. I'm sick in the head. I do go to therapy, so I'll make sure to bring this up. But yeah, it is I love it, man. I love watching him play. I hope he does well. I really want the best for him.
Fuck that hippie bitch, dude.
All
Yeah,
right.
well, if to split sides here, I enjoy watching Aaron Rodgers play too. I kind of want the Jets to. I'm
Hey,
not, going to
You're
do the
not
thing
a
too
kick
early
rider
here.
like me. No.
fuck that. All right.
Speaking
All
of
right.
Sean,
though, I actually think to kind of bring it back to hey, offense is cute. That's nice. You like that. Football's about in the trenches. Football's about playing defense, and both these teams are playing awesome defense. I think both of these QBs are probably due to regress a little bit in a game like this. So give me under 43.5 in Vikings Packers. I think this game is played somewhere in between like 13 to 23 points, something like that.
Yep. Is it 43.5, you said?
Yeah.
Yep, I really, really, really like that. And I am now debating why the fuck I went last. Anyways. Well shit. A lot of
we get back to back right here.
yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about back to back. One I guess there is some oh Jesus. Um I'm gonna just lock up this under now, out of fear that Max might snag it. Pitt, Indianapolis, under 40. Um,
Yeah, you're good.
that's it. That's it.
Nice.
That's all they
Yeah,
do.
good job.
The
Uh,
Steelers are just like last year. They're already off to a 3-0. Like under in totals.
I think Indy is too, right?
Ooh, I don't know, but I could probably find that out soon.
Probably.
Me 1 second. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay. So I mean a combined 1 and 5 on the under there. So we like that. And then on the backswing. Dude, I'll be honest with you guys. After watching the last couple weekends, there's so many dogs I like.
I
It,
I can't find one single favorite I like. I like every single dog this week.
that's what I'm saying. And that's why I really like the Jets one there. And that's why I'm tempted to not, I'm tempted to do those dogs. And so I'm gonna wait. So I'm actually not gonna pick that. I'm sorry, motherfuckers. We're gonna go with an over. I'm torn between the two. I'm torn between Buffalo and Baltimore over 46. I do think both teams have been hot on the scoring front, whether they've been playing good defenses. I also love Arizona and Washington on the over because Jaden Daniels looks like he can't be stopped. I think I think kind of Arizona has been overall a high scoring team. I think Detroit kept them in there. But Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, 46. Give me the over 46 last time I checked. And I'm just going to get my overs and my unders out of the way because, to be honest with you guys, we've been doing pretty solid on most of them. Looking at just like past couple weeks, our unders have been pretty spot on. Overs not as consistent, and that's, if I'll be honest with you, that's mostly my fault. If I'm looking at the math, but you guys are hitting your unders, so yeah, give me the over unders. I'm gonna shut up for a second and let you guys pick your picks.
I have fucking something in my fucking eyeball. That's
Oh,
no,
Sean.
it's back to Sean. Yeah, sorry. Shit.
Oh,
You got Kalen Clark, stink guy.
Chill.
where do I want to look here?
I would.
I want to take the Panthers, but I feel like that's a little bit of an emotional pick against the Bengals there. I feel like they have to snap back. I kind of don't understand at all the line in Chicago this week, but that's probably all the reason why I should just stay away from it. Can't keep going away from trying to bet the Saints there, and they let me down last week. Oh gosh.
I feel like the dogs, if we took like 3 dogs out, it would help us pick
I
them.
know. All right, I'm gonna just do the NFL bet. This is the NFL bet. All I know is that when everything you're expecting is gonna happen, it just isn't. The Cardinals drop a tough one, just looks pretty pathetic, and good win for the Lions. I mean, the Commanders had one of the greatest games I've seen an NFL team play last week. So give me Cardinals -3. And my summary on that is because it's the National Football League, and why not?
Yep. I do have 3.5 on DraftKings. Do you have 3 somewhere else?
I guess that's like the ESPN bet. That's up. I'll take a 3.5.
I was gonna say, do you want the 3.5?
Well, I mean, I want the 3, but I'll take whatever DraftKings is giving.
Okay.
So I see -3.5 is just +100
on DK.
Yeah,
That is weird.
and
Yeah, hold on.
3.5.
Let me just see what 3 is.
No, that's fine.
I mean, that's kind of a big hook. So I'd bet if you want it. -3 is -120 if you want that.
What's up?
You want -3 at -120? That I'm fine with
Is that
that.
we allowed that? I know, like we do like the -154 though. That's different though. That's for props.
Well, it's plus
I mean,
one.
that is a little juiced.
Yeah, but it's like +100 versus -120. Max, what do you think?
Yeah.
All
I'll give
right,
you.
I'll take the -3.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's either. I mean, hopefully it doesn't.
If it was listen, if it was
It's also
minus,
a push. It's also.
if it was -125, I wouldn't have allowed myself to do it.
Oh my gosh, that -005. You look at you. Look at you.
I'm just trying to, man of the people here. I'm a man of integrity.
I'll put +100 in your little thing just so everyone knows that
The standard is the standard.
you didn't take points. You didn't take
Standard,
points.
standard, dude.
Standard is the standard. Always will be.
No, you did it the other way around. No, Arizona -3 would have been -120. It's the -3.5 that's even +100.
Oh, okay. So you want the -3 or 3?
Yeah, with the -3.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah. Give
Well,
me
then,
the guy -3.
all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Good. Keep me honest. Okay, Max, you got back-to-back picks. Here we go, bud.
Oh, my phone locked up. Here we go. Here we go. No one's grabbed a dog, but I know. Well, fuck it. I'm just gonna twist your nipples, Sam. Give me Vikings +2.5. They're gonna win this game. Fuck the pack.
I thought you were gonna do the Rams and you were gonna twist my nipple. I would have liked that. Okay, that's the difference.
Nope. This is the mean one, not the good one.
No, those aren't fun. Those are purple nurple. Is that what you're talking about? The purple nurple people eaters?
Yeah. You get it with
I mean,
you get it with this and not you get it with fucking
yeah,
knuckles.
fuck those. Those hurt. Whatever the fuck that was. Here's what I will say on that game. I cannot be mad at a single person for laying money line on Minnesota and or 2.5, given the uncertainty. If Malik Willis is playing and that's the news, then you're gonna be pissed that you know Vikings went from two and like if you think there's a chance that Malik Willis, like if you don't think Jordan Love's playing, you better hit Minnesota now. Like you're listening to this on Wednesday, you should have hit it last night. As we do in the business world. I wanted that yesterday. When I asked for it today, but that's beside the point. I could go on a tangent, but I won't because I love you boys. But yeah, Minnesota plus 2.5. I have no problem with people taking that because if Love does play, it's gonna probably go potentially further. It looks like they're banking on him playing. I don't like that's my honest opinion. I feel like they're banking on him playing because I don't think we would be minus 2.5 unless Love was playing. I really don't understand how Malik, like, yes, the Packers are 2-1. Yes, we are at home. We have Malik Willis playing, and the Vikings have beaten the Texans and the Niners, and someone remind me of the third team. But those two are enough for me to be like,
The
oh,
Giants.
fuck. Giants.
Yeah.
And you know what? The Giants kept a close game with Washington, and they beat the Browns. They don't look as bad as they did on week 1. So, I don't know. I feel like they have to be banking on Love playing. So I would, if you want the Vikings at all, you take them before Sunday and Saturday and before that news comes out because it's only going to get worse for you. That's, I guess, my friendly warning.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And then I'll go with my over. Give me Bengals Panthers over 48.5.
Yep.
I mean, from what we just saw last night between the Bengals and the Commies, and then what we saw from the Panthers on Sunday, there's a good chance that this game will easily hit over. But we'll see. If anything, I mean, Panthers are still going to put up some points, and the Bengals are going to be so goddamn fucking pissed that they just put up 50 in self cover. You know, like it's going to go either a shootout or Bengals just rip them.
Yep. I mean,
so they're 0-3, dude.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Carolina puts up the points. And Max, to be honest with you, I wrote down some notes and stuff. I wrote down like my picks at maybe like 1 or 2 today. And Cincy Carolina, when I wrote it down, was 47.5. So it's already up a point. And that's why I didn't pick it, just because it moved up a point. But to be honest with you, and that mostly Buffalo, Baltimore. But I think Burrow's pissed. I think Darnold, yeah. I love the pick. I think, yeah. But it going up is only helping, not necessarily helping your odds now, but it helps the whatever.
The consensus.
Case.
Thank you. Sweet. All right, Shawnee boy.
All right. Max, I'm doing this just out of love because the last time I picked the Rams when they were a dog, they lost a bazillion by the Cardinals there. So I will take the Rams. All right, so this is another one. If they're +3, it's -120. If I get 2.5, it's exactly even. So I'll take the +3 if I can continue getting this juice. I'm starting to feel a little dirty.
You know what? You have
You're only dirty for taking the Rams, you little fuck.
Fair enough.
I took the Steelers. Come on, man.
I do think
You didn't take the Steelers. You just took the under.
Week 1.
I respect.
I do think the Rams and Bears match up kind of well with that defense, but I don't know what to expect in the Puka Cup stuff. I don't hate it. I wrote that down potentially.
Cup.
I'm hyped because now I don't even need.
Cup.
I don't have to do my dog or favorite and I'll just end with those because it can.
Where are we in the snake? Am I in the middle or am I?
Yeah, I think you're in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sam went last and then he put me first. So
that's right.
Yeah, and honestly, this one, I don't really like hold on, I'm trying to pull up the odds. I don't really like to do this on like a Thursday, Friday game, but I got a little inkling, and it's for more cowbell. It's for the Cowboys, and it has to do with CeeDee Lamb. To be honest with you, it has everything to do with CeeDee Lamb,
He
and
was pouting on Sunday. He was pouting.
I think so. And you know who was pouting? You know who was pouting last week? You know whose dad was pouting on Twitter and then had 4 catches for like 112 yards and a touchdown? He might have played for the Chicago Bears at one point. He might have been yesterday. He still might play for him. So yeah, give me that diva fucking wide receiver bullshit that no one really likes, but I love a good bounce back from CeeDee Lamb. I think Dak Prescott is getting buzzes in his ear from Jerry Jones saying, I didn't pay this motherfucker $175 million for you to not throw him the goddamn football. So that being said, this motherfucker is getting, yeah. And I said that in a very, very nice way. That is not Jerry Jones and what he would have actually said to CeeDee Lamb. But the man is going to get his yards. He is absolutely getting his yards. And I've got 8.
Jerry Jones getting all those inches.
Oh, he's getting all those.
And then CeeDee Lamb's getting all those yards.
Yes, exactly. CeeDee Lamb, 80 plus receiving yards, minus 125. I'm trying to find his like actual over under. Okay. You know what? I'll chew my arm. I will take the less juicier one. And I'll go over 80 and a half reception yards. I'll take the 1 yard. I'll go from minus 125 to minus 115. He's probably gonna hit right on fucking 80, but I will eat that shit if I have to. He should get 12 catches for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Giants, but needless to say, CeeDee Lamb over 80 and a half and give me that bounce back.
Fair.
Yeah. I had to, man. I had to. I like doing the little Thursday one because it either is going to make or break the rest of my week. So let's just get it all revved up. And so going on the backswing because I can just fuck around. Or do we want to end with the TD parlay? Is that like, do we all want to do that as our last picks or?
Oh, you can start it now if you want.
Okie dokie. I don't care what anyone says. I just really like this guy in this matchup. And I have to have some Packers love here. I do think Aaron Jones will probably score because it's playing the Packers. But give me the new running back for the Green Bay Packers, Josh Jacobs, anytime.
Okay.
Home cooking.
Yeah. Might
not be the only home cooking that we get in the touchdown parlay later.
Be a real shame. Be a real fucking shame. Well, fellas, I think yep, Sean's up on the swingy snake.
All right. You know what? I'll go ahead since I think you guys already got all your overs over, so I can just handle that later down the snake.
Yep.
I'll do a prop here. Sam, I'll probably give a contingent because I don't, we can't say with 100% certainty that this will be the prop. But I want to bet on I don't think CJ Stroud's a bad player. I think he played Brian Flores. And the Vikings defense has put every single QB in hell so far this year. I would like to get CJ Stroud over 1.5 touchdown passes because that is what I am assuming will be the bet. Now, if that's not the bet, I'll go ahead and give an auxiliary pick here. But what do you guys think?
Oh yeah, dude. Let me see. Most let's just.
I feel like that's pretty traditional, right? Like 1.5.
No, I think, yeah.
No, that should be around. That shouldn't be.
He's projected 1.99.
But like most of those passes.
Cool. Yeah, I also think he's gonna get 2 or more. Right. How about this? My play is CJ Stroud over 1.5. If it ends up being more than minus 150, I'll give an auxiliary pick here.
Okay.
And that is Bijan Robinson over rushing yards.
Honestly, I'm looking at, so just for example, like I don't know what Dak is projected, but Dak, his 2 touchdowns or more passing is minus 130. You
Okay.
really, you really, other than Mahomes, you really don't see them more than a minus 150. So I think, I'll be honest, I think you're probably good. Dak at 2+ against the Giants at minus 130.
Mm.
You
Dak
got,
on the road too. I believe that's in New York.
yep, in New York. Houston is playing. Remind me again.
They're playing the Jags.
Jacksonville.
That's I should have brought that up. That's why the whole bet here is that, I mean, the Jags are stinky, stinky.
Thank
Yeah,
you, dude.
it might be close, but I bet you it's right. I bet you it's minus 145. If I'll be honest with you, I bet you it's right there.
Bijan's projected 83 yards.
83 yards. Okay. So we'll put that in auxiliary. I like that. I think you should be fine with the CJ Stroud. And
I think it'll win us all money.
I do think that the 2 touchdown passes, speaking from experience last night, I had Burrow 225 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen 225 passing yards, 2 touchdowns was the easiest bet I ever fucking had. So yeah, just a thought. So I love that pick there. Max, are you on back to back?
I am to round it off. I'm just gonna do it because this is where I thought you were going for a second. I'm going CJ Stroud passing yards.
Oh my God. Let's go. I
Oh,
saw
He,
your
he's
face, Max, when I was talking. I didn't know if I
yeah,
took your bet or uh
I really thought that's where you're going. Still obviously love yours. He's projected like 272. So I still love that. I think Jags defense pretty poo-poo. They got shit on by the Vikings. I think he could throw for 310 on Sunday. So
I hate that one bit.
good. Hopefully a good bounce back spot for the that was embarrassing. Vikings, they put him in the fetal position.
for real. Just absolutely. And then under, yeah. Give me the Rams Bears under 41. This is gonna be an ugly ass game. Our defense can do their thing. I'm still not quite sure if our offense will have the thing. Hopefully we end up winning, but I could see fucking 16-13 just being dog shit.
Yeah. No, that was my number
Uh,
two.
you have 43. I've had it at 41.
I thought no, I missed. I was just double checking.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I like that a ton. I honestly I like all our unders. And I like all our overs so far. So, Sean, looks like you're up, my friend.
All right. I will go over in Atlanta, New Orleans. That is over 42. Some dome teams together. Let's get some points here. Let's get
Yeah.
some Kamara. Let's get some Bijan. Let's put it all in a bucket and score a bunch of points.
Yeah, I mean, 42 is a little low because I could see like 44 or something, 46.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I don't think like this is about to be some sort of shootout, but just I think we're just gonna sit there at the end of it and just it's some sort of like 27-17 type of game.
and you know who's not there anymore is Arthur Smith, and he was the king. I mean, between Carolina, New Orleans unders, and Atlanta, New Orleans unders, and Carolina, New Orleans unders, the NFC South was just a fucking gold mine for unders
Yeah.
last time. Changed a little bit with Mr. Kirk in there.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he's looked a little bit better each of the last 2 games.
Yeah, yeah. No, he really has. I mean, dude, to be honest with you, the Atlanta team I saw play your Steelers on week 1 versus the team I'm seeing now is not, I wouldn't say very different, but I will say my confidence in them has changed a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that also helps that the Steelers have been winning ball games, but yeah, it's one of those where I'm just like, shit, well, Atlanta. And they honestly, they were a couple plays away from beating the Chiefs. Like they've had some tough games. So yeah, I like that pick a lot. Atlanta, New Orleans over 42. All right. I finally have to get to my dog and my favorite. I wrote down I wrote down like 7 dogs. Um,
Here's one.
No,
oh, that is a good boy. That's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. I really I kind of thought about the Chargers plus 8.5, but the Herbert news scares me. Washington, Arizona scares me a little bit. I think it could be high scoring, but we might be sucking Jaden Daniels' dick a little too hard right now. I have a hard time not picking Tampa Bay and the Philadelphia Eagles. However, I like what I'm seeing here. My eyes keep kind of venturing to it. It's a really ugly one, and it's only plus a point right now. But it's the Tennessee Titans +1 against the Dolphins.
I had thought about that too. That Titans team's going to win at some point. This one feels like a good.
Yeah.
And it's so ugly. And I'll be honest, I am so close to picking the Patriots +10 against the Niners.
Mhm.
I don't know the injury situation.
Yeah.
If Debo and or are back, it's a shit pumping. But at the same time, like the Kyle Shanahan play management and clock management at the end of that game was pretty shitty against the Rams. I had a nice parlay sitting there with the Niners. I thought I had no money line, not like covering or anything. And even with the cover, I thought that was fine. Money line,
Yeah.
Jordan Wilson, 77 yards, and that was about it. And I thought that was fine. Just don't know how I feel about the Niners right now. I think they'll be fine this week. I also don't trust the Patriots after they got the shit kicked out of them. This might be where the Patriots start. And God forbid Drake May plays more than half of this game. It's gonna be a fucking shit show. So I'm not gonna go with that. And so I'm gonna go with the Tennessee Titans at +1. I don't know. Skylar Thompson's hurt. Tyler Huntley's solid. Could be a good opportunity for the Dolphins. Titans also really need to win, and they haven't looked great, but the Bears game was a tough one. They played the Jets and then Packers who just did not match up well with them, and Malik Willis with the revenge game. So yeah. Put the Titans at the +1 on that. Ugly, 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 but we're gonna do it. And then on my favorite, I really didn't know where I was going to go. Like I just said, if any of the Niners guys play, -10 looks good. But you know what? I think it's about time I put my nuts on the table on this podcast. And I don't care if Jordan Love plays. I don't care if Willis plays. I don't give a flying fuck. I think the Vikings are coming back down to earth this weekend. I think the Packers are going to win. And 2.5, fuck it. -2.5. Give me the Green Bay Packers -2 against the Vikings to end the props. We still have some TD parlays, but put my nuts on the table. Let's do it. -2.5. God forbid Jordan Love plays. It's game over. But we get Malik Willis. I got nothing wrong with Malik Willis. I don't know. We got a lot of ghosts out there. We got a lot of good defensive secondary. Who knows? Maybe Darnold's going to see some ghosts. I don't know. But I don't like enough of the other favorites. I think Kansas City at -8 is too much.
Can I pause on a second there?
Yeah,
I definitely will be taking the Chargers +8. Like today's what, the September 24th, whenever you're listening to this. Because I think two things happen. Of course, Herbert plays, then yeah, I don't think that's a correct line there. And two, if it's Heineke, it's a whole week of the Chargers inside that facility, kind of game planning for Heineke, and they need to get back to just what they did when they won the first two games, which is run the damn ball well with J.K. Dobbins. It's unfair to them. They had to go up against the Steelers defense and just didn't have a lot of room to run the football there. But I didn't make this Steelers thing. I just want to say I think the Chargers +8, like today, isn't bad in a couple different ways, no matter how you look at it.
No, I don't hate that.
And the Chiefs are 3-0, and what's their score differential, maybe like 15 points in total.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't hate it.
Oh yeah, not even. Probably not even.
The over under is
Maybe
39.
not even.
The over under is 39. That seems criminally low, if I'll be honest with you, though. And I don't know why I didn't take that as my over.
You want to change it?
No, I don't, but I'm gonna fucking play the shit out of that. I don't know, dude. Harbaugh has played the Steelers. No offense to the Steelers. It's a ground and pound game. The Vegas Raiders and the Panthers. Like, I don't know, dude. Okay. All right. Some things to think about. Games we did not talk about.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
This guy's already finished his play. He thinks it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna
Sean,
go
Yeah.
through
Hey.
the parlay.
You know what? I want to see in Lucas Oil Stadium this Sunday. I want to see some ground and pound. Some ground and pound. Guy who's been fucking just wearing like the cliche of like his first 12 rushes is always going to only be for like 30 yards, just like 2 yards, and just like frustrating. But when you get to the third and fourth quarter, no one wants to tackle Najee Harris, and he starts busting out 12 and 15-yard rushes and ends up with a nice little like 15 rushes for 70 yards every single week. And I think this time he would have scored a touchdown last week, but they purposely went down because they could run out the clock. I like Najee to get into the end zone this week.
Yes, I need that for fantasy.
Yeah.
He was one of the late running backs where
maybe he even catches it because I think Jalen Warren's banged up.
Ooh, good intel. I like.
You ran the ball hard. I know this is we're talking fantasy here, but just to same talk some Packers. I'm going to be a little bit of a dink and talk some Steelers here. Cordell Patterson ran the ball really well last week.
Dude, he can do it all, dude.
Yeah, I think that
you
could
are
be
if you
sneaky nice signing for us.
Yeah. If you're fortunate enough to have him on your team, it's so fun. But when you play against them, it's not fun.
It was funny, right? I was watching the game with some buddies, and they always give me shit. I always anointed that. Like, I thought the Calvin Austin pick was like he was going to be this such like fun little, just kind of like ninja slot receiver, and it really hasn't worked out. And so it was nice to see him, get a couple big plays last week.
Hell yeah.
Scotty Miller caught a few balls on it. We just got a bunch of team of like where you're on this team.
Yeah.
The Mike Tomlin effect, dude.
Yeah.
All right, Max, let's give it to you. That's
All
enough
right.
stuff.
Max, are we gonna capitalize and do a whole squad?
Bears?
A whole Homer squad TD parlay?
Nope.
That can't possibly go wrong, right?
Yeah, there's no way. I'd probably be I do like Najee. But give me Chris Olave, and I have those odds. It's plus 180. They're high, but dude, you come on. He's grabbing one easily. I think I'm just gonna solo play that as well. But yeah, I like that one a lot.
I'm trying to see if I can do a quick pull up on anything. I think Caesars is usually decent.
Dude, I mean he's got Bates and fuck. Who's the corner? It's not. Is it True Font?
Used to be. I think it's Mike Hughes. I think he's the.
Okay, yeah.
The old Vikings quarterback.
It's like that secondary.
The secondary in
Bates,
Atlanta.
Justin Simmons.
Simmons is nasty.
Simmons and Jesse Bates are AJ Terrell's the quarterback.
AJ
Terrell, yeah. That's gonna be a good ass battle.
Yeah. Pickens had 85 on him in week 1. I mean, it was a good battle, but
Oh.
Wow. 3-0. Okay.
All right. I'm telling you, listen, I'm like Nick Saban right now. I gotta stop eating the rap.
But they looked really.
By God, if I'm on this
looked,
podcast next week and we're 4-0, I'm gonna be.
Dude, that secondary looked so good against the Chiefs. Like they were on it. They shut down Kelsey. Like they did very well. So I know it's a little scary, but Olave's bringing one in.
I'm actually so on Caesars. I've got odds pulled up. Jacobs is -120. Olave's +145. Just Caesars. So
What?
if you got it on DK, we'll play the plus
DK
one.
was +180.
No, that's fine. We'll take that, but just from a parlay perspective. Oh, nice. Damn. Yeah, because I don't think they have the Packers or the Steelers ones. But so if we're doing a Caesars parlay, which we'll have to maybe get sponsored by Emma at some point. But Jacobs, Olave, Najee Harris at those odds is a +848 right now. We are pretty loyal to Caesars, so we're gonna stick with them. Emma, you can change that if you want. But that's not the point. But yeah, so 848 is where it's at. And when DraftKings posts theirs and we get the full Stroud passing yards and the 2 touchdown passing for CJ Stroud, we'll post those as we always do. But yeah, parlay 848. Last week, Max was the only one that hit a tud. CeeDee Lamb could have been really close a few times. Travis Kelce, I'm not touching anything that guy touches. Like, he touches the New York Empire State Building. I'm not going to New York this year. I don't want to have anything to do with this guy right now. I traded him for a future first rounder in a dynasty league, and I flipped him. I flipped that first rounder and my first rounder for this upcoming year for guess who? Jaden fucking Daniels. So yeah, give me the beans. I should be in the NFL as a GM, and I'm the smartest person in the world.
People have caught the flu more in the first 3 weeks than Travis Kelce has caught passes.
Yeah, seriously, more Carlins have caught the flu than fucking touchdown passes for Travis Kelce, and that's just mom, and she got COVID finally after like 100 years.
Oh, she's built different.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, so shout out mom. She's the real one. She actually got COVID. We all just call.
Listen. You don't gotta say anything. We love her. We love her to death, but she doesn't fucking listen.
No, she don't. Yep. Okay, sweet. Anything else that you guys are playing that we haven't talked about, or games that we haven't talked about now that I can do this 30 minutes later after the touchdown parlay prop?
No, honestly, not really. Sometimes I'll wake up Sunday morning and have a little late feeling on something, but I think I just got to go with what I got. I didn't do that well, I did and I didn't for Saturday, when I went 3-0. So I think I'm just gonna just keep it cool, get what I had, saw what I saw, like what I like, just keep it simple.
Yeah, I mean, shit, and if we got enough, or like we all are on a play, we'll post it just as like a little
Yeah.
Instagram or whatever. But yeah, overall, I think we got a good slate in front of us. Just looking at games we didn't talk about. We've got for starters, I talked a little bit about the Cowboys game just in the CeeDee Lamb prop. Is there anything you guys like? It doesn't have to be a play, anything you guys are leaning, or just thoughts on the Dallas Giants game Thursday night?
No, I think Dallas is kind of just like, fuck y'all, like we're not bad and might beat the shit out of them, but maybe Giants are also kind of the same way. So I really don't know what to think. I think if I had to choose, Cowboys win by like 16, 17, I think they get the job done.
I should go. I lean Giants +6. I think the Giants might win the game. Yeah, I think it's going to be a rough September I think the Cowboys are going to be like a wake me up when September ends kind of team here. I don't like the vibes there, and I kind of like the vibes that's going on with the Giants.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't hate it. That's why I won't be touching it.
Honestly, they would have beat the Commanders if they would have handled the whole kicker injury situation better. And nice little defensive win, and just get Malik Neighbors involved. That guy rocks.
Bro, he's so
Yeah.
fun to watch. That one spin around end zone touchdown in the corner was so
The one I don't even know if you guys saw it because it wasn't like a touchdown, but like it was the worst, most underthrown ball on a go route. That's definitely gonna get caught by the trailing cornerback, and he just mosses like without offensive interference or anything, just straight up goes over, and it was the legit like moss like you're in a pool with your friends. It was sick.
that dude. He is fun. You know, do you guys ever watch All American, like the show?
No,
No. Okay, it's a CW show, obviously, Netflix. The wide receiver and him are pretty like close on just the face. And they're funny because they both are wide receivers, and I'm like every time I see him, I'm like, yeah, well, like duh, because Cam Phillips was a baller. I think it was his last name. I think it was Cam Phillips, which is West
wait, is that Cam Phillips, the Virginia Tech wide receiver?
I forget what his last name is. It's Cam something. It's Cam something.
Oh, I thought you were about to tell me Cam Phillips is the actor in it.
No, no. The name of the dude. But he's a wide receiver, and he geeks me out because I'm like, oh, that looks like Malik Neighbors, and Malik Neighbors is out there doing the real shit, not like the scripted. Oh, we got to do that again. Why don't we just get Malik Neighbors out here? And Max, I have to kind of give you shit right now from a dynasty league perspective because that first round and Daniel Jones for Derek Carr trade is maybe not right now. It was like we got to let Daniel Jones pan out, but I was sitting there and I was like, is Max going to overreact off of the trade because of Derek Carr shitting the bed and Daniel Jones playing bad? But I think
I didn't think about it. I mean, two is done for, so
you needed someone who's going to perform, and Daniel Jones wasn't necessarily the guy. It's just,
yeah.
dude, fantasy football is just one of those things where like I could trade
I
McCaffrey.
think I accepted it at like midnight on Thursday. So
That league sucks. That's beside the point.
because it was a Thursday night game, he got hurt, and he sent it before that even happened, and then I was like, well, now he's gonna like pull back and send even more. Like I was like, I just got to close it out now.
Yeah,
He sent it before Tua got hurt.
yeah, which is fair. That's fair.
And then I was like, well, now he's gonna want like first, second, like all that. But yeah,
If you finish like middle, if not better, then it's probably worth it because then that first round doesn't become a shit.
right.
I haven't had a first round pick since Kenny Pickett, and I traded him away. So no, actually, you know what? He's still sitting on my bench just in case my starter Jalen Hurts gets hurt.
I
But
still got Darnell Washington on Texas squad.
yep, he's come off the taxi squad this year. You don't have a choice.
No, he's still on there.
Well, no, after this year.
After his second year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I got
We have Robinson on there too. On Dale.
Oh, that's a good taxi squad. He could be a starter in some leagues for sure. No,
All right, forget. All right, what else do we got?
I like Houston. I like Houston. It when I wrote it down earlier today, it was -6. It's now -7. I still like Houston. Probably just out of the sake of being a little conservative, I'm probably gonna take that half point and make it -6.5 for Houston. I don't know that it's necessarily an issue, but I am not gonna lie to you. I'll take that half point every single day if that means I don't have to sweat out a push. Like to be honest with you, I'd rather lose than push. Is that a lame concept? Like I would rather go from a -110.
Not economically sound, but sure.
Yeah.
-110 at -3,
Avoid is definitely
or -2.5 at -125. I'm taking the -2.5 every time.
avoid is more disappointing than
Yeah,
losing because you're like fuck. But I would rather save, just be like, well, at least I get my money back versus like, well, now I gotta deposit.
Probably explains a lot for me then.
Yeah.
If I pushed, it'd probably be better in mine, but that one I don't. Sean, I'll probably play Pittsburgh money line. I don't trust anything that has to do with Anthony Richardson. I've got him in like 3 leagues. I might trade him for a bag of potato chips, and maybe another whiskey if you guys have any. Uh, but yeah, dude, it's a shit show. He's terrible. I don't know what the if he doesn't have to throw the ball, he's fun to watch. The second he throws the ball, it looks like one of us trying to throw a fucking football.
I feel that.
And the worst part
Hey,
is
you guys have both already seen it so far, so we'll all got some Colts action early.
Yeah.
what I've realized is these little like -1, like +1, like those close like pick'em games. If you can get like 2 right, 3 right, like if you can get those right, you don't need any of the big points or the little points because like Minnesota this past week. Who else was there this week? I mean, honestly, Detroit was kind of close there. Baltimore -1.5. I mean, those 3 right there probably put you at like +550. So,
Right.
um, Arizona, Washington over 50.5. Already kind of touched on it, but just mentioning again. Vegas, Cleveland under 37.5. That smells so fishy. I might even do an alternate spread minus like under like 23. Like that's how fishy that shit smells. Like it's just disgusting. Like it might be a 10-3 game.
I like that.
Tennessee, Miami, also another under that we hadn't mentioned.
Yeah.
Mm, I do like Denver, New York Jets over 38.5. I think Jets will be able to put up. I think Jets will be able to put up 24 to 28. I think the Broncos can put up like 14.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. 28-13 clears. That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. And then no, that's it because I already talked about New England +10. It's just ugly as fuck.
Hell yeah.
All right.
What's going on, team?
One thing I do want to leave, unless you guys have picks for football, I'd like to leave a couple minutes at the end of this podcast for UFC or golf. I know we have the President's Cup or just other sports, because we'll get into baseball and stuff here. So I do want to open just a couple quick minutes. If no one has anything, I don't really give a shit. We'll just close it, and everyone's pretty much done by this point, anyways. But for the sake of us recording what we record, is there anything UFC coming up? Golf, I know we got President's Cup, and then we've also got baseball starting to heat up. I was told not to say anything, but we might have a source here that we might start giving some picks out, and maybe we get him out here at some point if he starts heating up on baseball. But
We might have a Rico Bosco.
yeah, we might have a Rico Bosco or a Rico racketeering charge, and maybe he knows more than what we're supposed to know. And this podcast is the last podcast we'll ever record. I love the guy, won't name him, but we don't. To be honest, Max, he could go either way. No,
Yeah.
he could have inside information. He could not. We think that he doesn't, but you never know.
Yeah. No, for sure. I don't have I have UFC, but like not to where I've actually looked at it and when any winning methods and shit. I
Oh, no.
will do something because Brendan Allen, my favorite fighter, is fighting. I will have something up. And then Marciano and Saint Denis are fighting as
Yep.
well. So I'll have something up, but nothing at this moment. It's only Tuesday night. I can't give quality info at this moment.
Well, here's what we'll do. So when we repost everything on like Thursday, Friday, when we post the picks and everything, we'll make sure to add some UFC if you got anything, or any other picks that anyone has for the weekend. We'll just do like non-football weekend picks.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, I did that. Those were the two fights I was looking at, so I assumed that. Yeah, it is just money line. Okay, all right, we got some good stuff coming up. Sean, anything
You
on?
kind of follow Max there. It's like we don't have the matchups yet for like four ball and that's like that won't be announced until Thursday. But I might put honestly like USA like talent wise should overpower. Although the USA fails when they're away from home, which they're in Montreal this week. But I honestly like if you think that the talent they play up to as they should, it's not like the environment of like the Ryder Cup. Like you can play like day one winner USA minus 145, day two winner USA minus 145. That historically happens. You're not winning a whole bunch of money, but you don't go broke taking a profit. So, but I'd like to once I see like an actual matchup, I'd be more entertained.
Okay,
Mhm.
so then maybe we'll plan to hopefully you guys all listen to the podcast and get the football picks. I'll repost those and then any other weekend picks because yeah, I'm looking at those. A lot of good stuff to look at. We've also got like Europa League, Champions League, EPL. And to be honest with you guys, I'd love to sit here and talk about all the EPL matchups and all this stuff. We have working jobs that really pay our bills, and maybe one day this will get there. But for now, we got time to focus on that. We'll post later on. We'll just call it. I'll throw in some soccer so I can contribute. Max will have some UFC, and then Sean will have some President's Cup. So how about that? We'll have a pick at most two from each of us on the weekend that's not football, and then you guys ride with the football as always. That being said, fellas, we got a great fucking weekend ahead of us. Let's get through the next couple days of work. Anyone listening, it's Wednesday, it's hump day. Hopefully, this will help you get through the day. And we are at Thursday, Friday. We are so close to football. It is really just a Tuesday, Wednesday bout. And I tell you what, guys, I love doing this on Tuesday because then I get to look forward to the posting and everything on Wednesday. And then we are that much closer to more football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So, that being said, Caitlin Clark, Justin Fields, Jordan Love, here for you always on your picks. Thanks everyone for listening. Love you guys. Max, we're just gonna assume that you're all on the Caitlin Clark overs parlay, so we're not even gonna question that Wednesday.
Viva.
Beaver plus the points, Caitlin Clark over on everything, especially assists. That being said, thanks everyone for listening. Have a great Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week, and love you guys.
Thanks, guys.